than all other states combined. For ancient astronaut theorists, the dense uninhabited wilderness of Alaska conceals a multitude of mysteries and perhaps an extraterrestrial presence.
Within this area, incredible amount of weird things take place. We have paranormal activity, the appearance of strange cryptids and other monsters of time and space, as well as the manifestation of UFOs and mysterious lights.
Within this region of anomalous activity stands Mount Hayes, one of Alaska's tallest peaks and a place where UFO sightings are reported with great frequency.
Many people have seen UFOs, flying saucers, strange lights flying in and around Mount Hayes. Now, there's no road that can go up there. The only way to get to Mount Hayes is to actually fly there, which most people don't do. So what are these craft that are flying around Mount Hayes?
For decades, eyewitness testimony was the only evidence to support the notion that Mount Hayes was a UFO hotspot. But in 1995, declassified CIA documents revealed that Mount Hayes was the focus of a top-secret government project called Stargate.
Researchers were looking through CIA documents and they found evidence of a project underneath Mount Hayes. And they say they saw written in these records that it was actually an alien underground base in this area.
Could there be a hidden extraterrestrial base in Alaska? While the idea sounds far-fetched, in 1992, U.S. geologists detected a mysterious pyramidal object underneath Mount Denali. Seismic instruments revealed that the top of the 550-foot tall pyramidal object lies 150 feet below ground and just 130 miles southwest of Mount Hayes. Many researchers believe it is an artificial structure, which has become known as the Dark Pyramid.
The Dark Pyramid is this massive pyramidal structure under Mount Denali, which is said to be twice the size of the Great Pyramid of Giza and made of black stone.
Investigative journalist Linda Moulton Howe has spent years researching the Dark Pyramid and has interviewed a number of people who claim to have information about the mysterious underground structure, including one man who claims his father has actually been inside the Dark Pyramid.
He said that his father was working for Western Electric and ended up as a very skilled electronic engineer being asked to go to a location west of with Mount Denali. His father told him that there was a big freight elevator that was sticking up out of the ground, and when he got to the bottom, opened up into full-bore room, work, offices. The father is introduced to the fact that they are at the bottom of a pyramid, and that at each of the three corners they have these offices that were actually monitoring energy. And the father tells the son, who got in touch with me, we are measuring energy coming out of this pyramid that is enough to power the entire country of Canada.
The stories of the Dark Pyramid are pretty interesting, and you've got to wonder if there is not some kind of power plant that's there underground in the middle of Alaska, and if this Dark Pyramid isn't some kind of extraterrestrial base.
Northern California is home to one of the most mysterious places on Earth. It's a mountain that is said to have been inhabited by otherworldly beings for thousands of years, and a place where UFOs are witnessed on a regular basis to this very day.
number 2 on our countdown of the top 10 hidden alien bases, Mount Shasta.
Northern California. Towering over the landscape at an elevation of more than 14,000 feet stands Mount Shasta. This rugged peak has been the location of strange and incredible stories for thousands of years.
Mount Shasta is where there are multiple strange events taking place. UFO sightings, paranormal events, strange disappearances that go back throughout history, and indeed one can look to certain Native American legends, for example, to say that Mount Shasta has always been associated with strange goings-on.
Local indigenous tribes, such as the Shasta, Wintu, Muga, and Karoo, have inhabited the area for more than 12 centuries. Each revere Mount Shasta as a place where sky beings landed on the earth and created civilization.
The local people believe that in ancient times, the great sky chief Skell came down from the sky to live in Shasta and has been there ever since and protects it.
The people who live near Mount Shasta have been encountering UFOs for more than 100 years.
Almost everyone who lives there has seen something unusual. One of the most remarkable UFO sightings I've heard of, it took place in 2008. Witnesses in the town of McLeod saw a UFO that looked like a giant glowing jellyfish move over the town and then fly off into the distance.
I was driving back from Klamath Falls around 6:37 in the evening in the summertime. All of a sudden I looked up on the mountain and I seen the whole mountain toward Wairika side open up. And then this big ship came and sat there and hovered for a minute and then went right in. And the next thing you know, the mountain closed and I was like, what is going on? I never let things like that bother me. I've seen things like that all the time.
Over the years, there have been a number of very significant UFO sightings around Mount Shasta. And you have to wonder, why is that the case? I don't think we can rule out the idea of some sort of permanent presence buried deep within Mount Shasta itself.
Could alien beings really be living inside Mount Shasta? In November 2020, author and researcher William Henry, along with local historian Dustin Neff, set out to explore Pluto's Cave on the slopes of Mount Shasta.
That is just spectacular.
It is here where numerous eyewitnesses claim to have encountered mysterious beings emerging from inside the mountain.
There's a really big subculture here in Mount Shasta that has always believed that these caves and tunnels contain civilization full of people just like you and I, and they come back and forth. There are portals hidden in these caves. If you look on the USGS charts, there's an immense negative magnetic anomaly that surrounds Mount Shasta.
That's the ley line they describe here, right?
Yeah, a lot of psychic and paranormal phenomena actually occurs in places that have magnetic anomalies.
And used as a portal between the inner Earth realm and the stars.
Yeah, anything capable of generating, energy like that could be conceptualized as a portal. I've had people actually contact me.
For many hundreds of years, Mount Shasta has been known for entities that can manifest out of the mountain. They appear, they travel, and then they disappear. And this would seem to have led to the belief that there might be some kind of secret alien base actually deep within that mountain.
There is only one hidden alien base left in our list, and you won't want to miss it, because this one is truly of this world. We've finally reached the end of our countdown, and at the top of our list is a location that is so remote, it's not on our planet at all. Number 1 on our list of the top 10 hidden alien bases, the moon.
November 20th, 1969. Apollo 12 astronauts Pete Conrad and Alan Bean make history by becoming the 3rd and 4th person to land on the moon. After they return to the command module, they detach the lunar module and crash it into the moon's surface. Upon impact, something very unexpected happens. The moon reverberates for more than an hour.
With Apollo 12, people refer to a crash. It wasn't really a crash. It was a aimed deorbit of the rocket used to lift off the lunar module. And the crew separated the launch vehicle and crashed it back into the ground right close to where they had a seismograph that they had installed down there. Well, it vibrated, so it was kind of an early clue as to how solid was the surface of the moon.
What was amazing about this is that suddenly the moon began to ring like a bell, and did so for nearly an hour. Dr. Wernher von Braun, who was then the head of NASA, decided that for Apollo 13, they were going to intentionally crash a heavier portion of the rocket into the lunar surface. And when they did this, the moon rang like a gong this time for over 3 hours into a depth of over 20 miles.
This was not expected, and it still puzzles a lot of scientists today. The inference is that the moon must be hollow, because the moon is made predominantly on the surface of a kind of rock called basalt. Although it's a very lightweight rock, it also absorbs impact extremely well. And so if the whole of the moon was made of that kind of rock, you wouldn't expect it to reverberate when a large impact took place. The reason that this is played down is because the idea of the moon being hollow just contradicts what we know about physics.
In his 1966 book, Intelligent Life in the Universe, renowned scientist and astronomer Carl Sagan defied modern scholarship regarding the composition of celestial bodies throughout the cosmos.
Carl Sagan suggested that a natural satellite cannot be a hollow object. This is very odd, because why would the moon be vibrating unless it's a hollow object? That would suggest it's artificial.
Is it possible the moon is not only hollow, but an artificial structure? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and point to a sensational paper published in 1970 by Soviet scientists Mikhail Vasin and Alexander Sherbakov. In it, the scientists propose that the moon is likely a creation of alien intelligence that was brought to Earth in the remote past.
It would seem to be that our moon is some kind of gigantic artificial spaceship that is here to monitor our planet, and it only makes sense that if extraterrestrials are coming to the Earth, that they would be using the moon as a kind of forward base for our planet. It's perfect for observing and coming to and from planet Earth and going to other planets or solar systems.
Is the moon really a giant alien base? It sounds crazy, but when you look at all the evidence, it's an intriguing theory. And as far as I'm concerned, each one of the locations on our list deserves a closer look. Because whether they're high in the mountains, deep underwater, or even orbiting the planet, there is incredible evidence that Earth is home to extraterrestrial outposts that are hiding in plain sight.
a UFO, a plane that was hijacked by an otherworldly technology, and an encounter in rural Texas that defies explanation. On Ancient Aliens, we've examined dozens of unexplained encounters that have left witnesses not only astonished, but terrified. Now, we're counting down the 10 most frightening encounters ever reported. Encounters that add to the growing body of evidence that Earth has been visited by extraterrestrials.
Every year, thousands of UFO sightings are reported, and experiencers are often left wondering what they actually saw. But some incidents are so intense and so terrifying that the witnesses are certain that what they encountered is not of this world. On this countdown, we're featuring some of the most frightening contact events we've ever examined on Ancient Aliens. And this first one was certainly a heart-stopping incident. At number 10 on our list of the top 10 scariest encounters, the UFO hijacking.
Some of the most compelling and harrowing UFO accounts are those reported by pilots who witnessed strange craft while flying thousands of feet above the Earth. Instead of seeing a small disk or light way up in the sky, pilots often encounter UFOs at close range. And they have the experience to know if they're looking at man-made craft or something else.
You have countless commercial and private airline pilots who spend an exorbitant amount of time up in the sky. And in my opinion, I think they're the best people to discern what is natural and what is not.
According to some pilots, not only is there an extraterrestrial presence in our skies, but they present a serious danger. Zihuatanejo, Mexico, May 3rd, 1975. Pilot Carlos de los Santos takes off from the local airfield on a routine